You went after myself, you went after Mr. Brady, you went after the Commissioner Phillips, one of the most respected politicians in Northumberland County. You went after President Judge Sakavich. You went after the Solicitor Frank Garrett for some time. You went after the Assistant Solicitor Monzi. You went after the Chief Clerk. You went after Director Piccarelli. You went after Kathy Jeremiah. You make our life miserable. You went after the Planning Commission Director Pat Mark sometime. You went after Financial Director Clintoff. He quit because he couldn't take any pressure anymore. He can find another job. And I expect a lot of those people they're going to quit.
I expected as well.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. You went after Director Bresci, Mr. Bresci, when he spoke up the other day about whatever happened with the controls officer. You told him on a holiday, don't forget he worked for the commission.
What?
You told me.
I have not had any conversation with
No,
him.
the same day. The same day.
I haven't had a conversation
Well, that's what
with
he
him.
told me. That's what he told me.
Okay,
So
whatever.
you
Make
discussed-
up what you want.
No, you discussed with him. That's what
Make
he
it
told
up
me.
what you want.
Okay? All right, Mr.
Okay.
You went after our secretary. He's in the system for 16 years. Parvish, Jenna Parvish. You went after Mr. Wondolowski when allegations didn't exist. You went after Controller Phillips. Okay? When you gonna stop and make these people's life miserable? Can you pass that to the press, please? Pass it to the press.
With respect to the chief clerk.
Okay, let me pass it.
Okay, well, whatever. With respect to the chief clerk, he came into our prison board meeting, apparently at your and Brendan's request, and started disclosing items, started disclosing things and making
Incorrect, I'd like you
statements.
to withdraw
Well,
that statement.
That's because according to him, he said he was acting on the majority of the board, and it wasn't him. So at any rate, I have the right and will continue to exercise the right when we have an employee who is subjecting this county to potential liability, such as Chief Clerk Stephan did when he came into our prison board meeting a few meetings ago, to let them know how I feel about it. I don't really care how you feel about it. It's not your place to dictate to me how I interact with them. And with respect to these other individuals that you've listed off, I think we're seeing now more recently in the newspaper some indications that perhaps I wasn't off base in some of the things that I've done. Other things that you've said are frankly pure fabrication. I cannot answer to things that you create in the fantasy world that you're living in. I don't know what you're talking about with Al Bresci. I haven't had any conversation with him.
We're going to talk to him upstairs, then. We'll
Fine.
talk to him upstairs.
He can come and talk to me. He knows where to find me, but certainly I never had any conversation with him.
You lied about Judge Sakavich and misleading the people in Northumberland County. You're going to cover your pants down.
Well, no, what I got caught was with you and Judge Sakavich, Mr. Brady, and Brady Zanchak all sitting here on one end, and me sitting there, with them knowing I was going to have to leave early for a
Why did you
deposition.
stay? Why did you
And
stay?
frankly, you were all sitting right where you need to be, together. And I'm glad that in the recent press coverage, your names are all being mentioned together, because you should be.
Listen, where is Mr. Phillips when you went after one of the most respected men in Northumberland County in politics?
And how did I go after him?
You went after him, yeah. You attacked him in the chair. He was sitting right there when you attacked him.
I attacked him. He came into the meeting and he had a disagreement with things that I was saying, and I said I disagree with him.
You accused
That
him.
attack. I do see how you think that when someone has a disagreement,
No, sir.
it's an attack on you. Perhaps one day you will obtain the coping skills that you
Listen,
need
I have
to
enough
understand that people can have a difference of opinion
Yeah,
without it
absolutely.
being an attack on you and without you viewing and responding to it as such.
The only thing you did in the last 2 years is, and I got to listen to the press, the only thing you did in the last 2 years, when you was running for an election, you say you was going to be a part of the solution in Northumberland County. Okay? Everything I did before against, you was a part of the destruction of Northumberland County. The way